So props to everybody. I don't know about you guys, but my heart rate is way up right now. Technological difficulties is always a fun thing, right? So we're going to talk about Mark today. Mark is 27 years old, and he just finished up with the holidays, right? We all know that feeling where you get through Thanksgiving and Christmas, and you rock the stretchy pants because you just don't want to stretch those jeans. And Mark works for Walmart, and Walmart's awesome because they gave him a Fitbit and they gave him some other sensory tools to use. So he wants to put those to use, but he doesn't exactly know how, and he doesn't exactly know, or he's not fully aware of how to be healthy. And that's where we come in. We have Health Crush, and we can incorporate that into the employer wellness program. And how we do that is we improve employee wellness through cooperative coordination. So why wellness programs, though? Why is that so important? When you think about it, companies can look at it and they think, we don't necessarily get a return on investment for this. We don't really know how to structure it so that we get employee engagement. And for an employee, they might be thinking, well, these rewards kind of suck. Or why do I need to do this activity that's not appealing to me as an individual? So that's where Health Crush comes in. So we're Mark, and we're accessing the app right now. And what we see is that for Mark's daily activity today, he needs to complete 28 more minutes of cardio, and he needs to get in 7 hours of sleep in order to get to his high score, high standing for Health Improvement Index. That's pretty much the same as the Vital Health Score that contains a lot of the metrics that doctors use. So he needs to hit up these different timetables of the 28 minutes and the 7 hours to hit his goals today for this TV that he is working towards with his team members being his roommates who also work for Walmart. So as he scrolls down the app, he gets more detailed into the requirements. So 3,000 more steps, 7 more hours of sleep, no weight details quite yet, but then he goes over to his team. Here you can see the total score that the team has for their high. They're at about 82%. They need to get to 90% to get to their prize, so about 8% more. And then you can dial into each individual on the team to see where their high score is. As you scroll down further through the app, you can see that there are texts being distributed within the team to inspire people, to motivate them, get them engaged. If Mark's dropping the ball, you know Travis is going to be like, buddy, come on. Get off the couch, go for a run, do something. And this way you can make sure that you're keeping each other accountable. There's some way to always go back and see these messages to keep you inspired. But then let's really talk about the rewards here, right? Because that's what's most important. High points, we kind of look at it as if it's monetary value. So you accrue these and you can look at these different products on the reward center to be able to figure out what rewards you want to redeem as a team. So you got like the Apple Watch, you got this nice furniture, ooh, so nice. And then some deductible reductions, which is pretty awesome when you think about healthcare and the costs associated. But Mark, he is a big Walking Dead fan, huge Walking Dead fan, that he decides he wants to check out this zombie apocalypse game. He clicks on it, and as he scrolls through, again, you can see how many commitments are going into the game, how many people want to participate on the team for zombie apocalypse. And then you also see that it's sponsored by his company, Walmart, and the reward detail right here, when he clicks on that, it'll show him how many points he needs to spend to get this reward. So that's on Mark's portion. What about the employer? The employer can actually utilize part of Philips HealthSuite to see how each team within their company is doing. So whether it's by department, whether it's company-wide, they can figure out how close the different teams are to accomplishing their goal. And this is an aggregate, so you don't look at the individual metrics. You look at the averages, and that way we can keep things private and compliant. And so this is Health Crush, and it's perfect. You can implement it into your wellness program. You can get people more engaged. And this is proven to show that 57% of people who are at high risk before a wellness program actually go to a low risk degree. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Right. All right. So, Hemoglobin Trotters, is this the first time you've been working on it this weekend, or
First time we've been working on it.
Okay, first time. So, judges, go ahead.
So, great demo. Well, nice job. How would you see, say, Walmart would maintain this? Is this constantly updated, or what's the operational support?
Right. So actually, would you mind going back to the individual look? So if you look at what he was first shooting for, his reward was the TV. But there's always the option to go to the reward center to see what's next. So Walmart's going to pull in employees and keep them engaged by having a variation of rewards associated that can be redeemed for these different point values.
So are you, as the Health Crush company, going to do that? Or?
Yeah, so rewards are definitely one thing that we can offload from the employer who doesn't want to manage this. And this can also be tied to employee engagement perks as well, such as bonuses and stuff. So any employee that you want to hold on to for a while, you want to stay healthy. So it really makes sense to tie perks and engagement to wellness.
Thank you. Nice presentation. I had a question. It started out almost as a team-based approach, and then it dropped into individualized. And so are you going to have flexibility in those models as well?
I think the approach is really team-based, and so the idea is because you collectively have to pursue this goal, you're also encouraging other individuals to pursue it. So the focus is not on the on individual goals, but working together to reach these outcomes.
I really like the. Oh, sorry. I really like the team focus. Actually, that seems like the differentiator in what's out there already, and I think the way you've described some of the features and the interactivity is really good. So my question is, when it comes to employers, this typically has been a HR. You talk to a chief HR person about these programs, and it's all about a variety of things. But there's challenges like you've articulated, ROI being one of them. Do you feel that going to the CFO or the main, kind of financial side of things is important moving forward on these types of programs, and bringing in more of the ROI element into it? And have you thought through what are some of those metrics that you could potentially, bring to the table for a finance leader?
Okay. Yes. So if you notice, like one of the rewards that was available was actually like a digital-based reward, and so. This is not something that's expensive to provide, but provides a great yield in terms of experience. And so the same could be said about the vacation option that was available. And so the idea is to create things that aren't necessarily tangibly expensive as rewards, but provide a great sense of experience for the customer. And so while the ROI isn't necessarily 100% accurate, the idea is because we're using what is monetarily cheap as rewards, the idea is that it would be profitable for the Walmart to utilize.
I really like sorry.
Can I say one more thing? Also, we would be reducing the human resources cost of acquiring new staff. We would also be reducing the use of employee-sponsored healthcare, and we would be keeping employees at work by keeping them engaged and healthy. And the business portal would show that as kind of the overview to the managers, because they don't really care about all the details. Just show me that everybody's happy and healthy and we're spending less money.
I would really like the team-based approach, but how do you split up that TV?
How do we split up what?
How does the team split up that TV?
So the TV for this instance was the team was roommates, so that's how they shared that. But there can also be individual awards for each teammate, or even experiences which are more divisible, so everyone would go on the trip to Napa, for instance. And so the idea with the team base is the team rallies around the goal and the prize, and that's part of the way the team is formed.
Great. Thank you very much. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right, so we have our last one. Hopefully these guys are ready. It's Live Long and Prosper. Go ahead and take it away.
No, I don't.
So last week, we need that up. We need to have him up. We're having a bit of a technical difficulty here.
Too many moving parts.